vibrations. Sun surfing excitations, call for sun kiss, good vibrations. Bubbly orange jubilation, sun kiss on soda taste sensation. Sun kiss is giving out good vibrations. Bubbly orange jubilation, sun kiss is giving out good vibrations.
Hey, what time is it? It's Christmas time! Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, everybody. Let me try that again as we're live. Hey, what time is it? It's Christmas Day time! Happy holidays and Merry Christmas, everybody. This is Chance Bartels of the Nostalgic Podblast wishing you a wonderful holiday season. It's going to be a good one, I think. This show is your weird, informative, hopefully fun time capsule of memories of days gone by as we forge ahead together in the game of life, like the Milton Bradley board game of life. We talk about pop culture, history, and life experiences that we all have in common. That's what this show, the Nostalgic Podblast, is all about. And I'm not going to go too long tonight. I just got a little supplement, some clips, some holiday clips, Christmas clips to share with everybody. So I won't be on too long here. And I have a couple questions I want to ask people as well. I want to ask, let me show you this image. What's your favorite movie version of A Christmas Carol, specifically from these three versions? You have a version from 1970 called Scrooge. And I know there's the original from 1951. A lot of people in the Facebook group, the Nostalgic Podblast, a couple people picked that one. And that's fine. That's a classic. But I'm wondering, what's your favorite of these three? Scrooge from 1970, A Christmas Carol from 1984, or A Christmas Carol from 1999. And what's interesting about these is they all had actors that were knighted, like Sir Alec Guinness in the 1970 version, which starred Albert Finney. And then you had George C. Scott. I don't think he was knighted, but Patrick Stewart certainly was. Sir Patrick Stewart. Make it so. Who, of course, is best known to Trekkers from Star Trek The Next Generation as Captain Jean-Luc Picard. So I'm just going to ask you what's your favorite of those three, and I'm going to play trailers from each of those movies, bot willing. And then we're going to talk about some other things I've mentioned before. Like, I have some clips that I crafted for you guys from some TV specials, like the 8 is Enough 2-hour special. I'll show a couple clips of that. And then some other little Christmas tidbits. I like this picture here of the cast from Lost in Space in color. There's their black and white. The first half, just over half of season 1 of Lost in Space, they had these uniforms. And then they got different uniforms towards the latter half of season 1, which you saw in color, except for Penny's outfit in season 2 of Lost in Space. But the little claw on the robot, which is red, as you see in that picture, actually was silver in season 1 of Lost in Space. In his tread section, that's accurate. It was like a thick foam padding, and it was later remolded to be sleeker in the show when it went to color in season 2 of Lost in Space, and of course in season 3. So anyway, I love that picture. I picked that up from Bill Mooney's personal Facebook page. He puts it out there every year. I think it's pretty cool. Then I have another controversy I've been asking. This has been kind of a controversial question the last couple of years, kind of a trendy thing. It's a little bit trite by now, but I want to know, is Die Hard a Christmas movie or not? I'm kind of in this camp, and I'll present some evidence tonight. But it's okay if you feel it is. And, I think that's the popular opinion. Most people think that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and that's all right. So we'll get to that a little bit later on. But let me now get to some clips. Let's just start right away with some clips that I pulled for everybody's enjoyment, their holiday festivity and festive enjoyment. Before we get started on that, though, I got to say, personally, I want to say a little prayer for my 11-year-old niece, Molly. She got the flu. She was diagnosed, went to the doctor, has the flu. So, like, my family Christmas is kind of in limbo right now. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We might have to postpone it a day or two. I don't know yet. I'm certainly going to visit my parents, who live just 5 miles up the road from me, 5.5 miles. Going to visit with them. And have somewhat of a family Christmas, but not really going to open any gifts or anything at this point. Anyway, so that's why I'm on right now. Now, my Pittsburgh Steelers are playing on Christmas Day, probably dated by the time anyone watches this on replay, if they watch it. But my Steelers are playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Doesn't look good for the Steelers because the Chiefs have only lost 1 game this year, and you know all about Mahoney's and all that. But we're not a sports show. We won't talk about that. But that's why I'm wearing my Pittsburgh Steelers shirt. Hoping that they can have an upset tomorrow. 1:00 Eastern game on Christmas Day. Steelers and Chiefs. That's one of the games. Anyway, Let's talk holiday stuff. Let's talk Christmas. And I'm going to perform something for you. I didn't mention this yet. I had put on my channel, and I've talked about this ad nauseum, the Space Giants Christmas. Well, I've never performed this. I had a friend, Akiko, who moved to Japan, Japanese woman. She translated some tracks that were cut from American audiences because there was graphic violence in them. Gonna perform for you a scene. I'm not trying to be sacrilegious. I'm not trying to be evil, but there's a scene where Rodak, this alien invader, wants to take over the earth. He kills a preacher in church, and I'm going to perform that, the English part of that, in a little while. But let's talk about that. Well, first I'm going to play a clip that I got approval on. Hopefully it'll be okay. This is from 1960. This is from December 23rd, 1960. The classic Twilight Zone with Art Carney playing an alcoholic. And this was one of a handful of Twilight Zones that was actually shot on videotape and not on film. So it looks like it's a black and white soap opera because it was shot on videotape and not on film. And that didn't turn out too well. The network tried to save money. And here is the DVD, which contains that episode. And it's on Blu-ray as well, of course, and streaming, I think, on Pluto TV, the classic Twilight Zone. It's a second season episode starring Art Carney as a drunken Santa Claus. And there he is on the back of this DVD set. And let's watch a little clip of it right now. And this is courtesy of CBS Paramount Home Video.
Will you please leave?
But as for my insubordination, I was not rude to that woman. Someone should remind her that Christmas is more than barging up and down department store aisles and pushing people out of the way.
Now, Corwin.
Someone has to tell her that Christmas is another thing, finer than that. Richer, finer, truer. And it should come with patience and love, charity, compassion. That's what I would have told her if she'd give me the chance.
Well, how philosophical, Mr. Corwin. Now, perhaps as your parting words, you can tell us how we can go about living up to these wondrous Yule standards, which you have so graciously laid down for us.
I don't know how to tell you, Mr. Dundee. I don't know at all. All I know is that I'm an aging, purposeless relic of another time, and I live in a dirty rooming house on a street filled with hungry kids and shabby people, where the only thing that comes down the chimney on Christmas Eve is more poverty.
Will you keep your voice down?
You know another reason why I drink, Mr. Dundee? So that when I walk down the tenements, I can really think it's the North Pole and the children are elves and that I'm really Santa Claus, bringing them a bag of wondrous gifts for all of them. I just wish, Mr. Dundee, on one Christmas, only one, that I could see some of the hopeless ones and the dreamless ones. Just on one Christmas, I'd like to see the meek inherit the earth. That's why I drink, Mr. Dundee. And that's why I weep.
Oh, isn't that awesome? I just love that acting and that music and the shot of those kids. That's just really good stuff. Classic. It never gets old. Hey, there's some people tuned in. I didn't think anyone would be tuned in. It's 10:45 on the East Coast on Christmas Eve. But I see a lot of people. So let's talk about who's watching and put their comment on the screen. And I guess it was loud earlier. Sorry about that. I messed up my board and it wasn't even turned on. I messed up the very beginning of the show, doggone it. But going to try to recover. I think I'm only going to go an hour. I always say that and I wind up going 4 hours, but I really think this will last not even an hour because I do have some family stuff that I need to get to. I need to finish wrapping some presents too. and I'm sure you do as well. Maybe you're rapping as you listen to this. I'd be honored if that were the case. So let's see who's watching live, and let's put their comments on the screen.
You have a good day today, friends. Yeah. I did.
I had a Superman day.
You had a Superman day. Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Spider-Man day.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, you know what? Wait. You know what time it is? It's time for me to see the friends at home in the magic mirror. Romper bumper, stomper boo. Tell me, do. Magic mirror, tell me today, did all my friends have fun at play? All my friends had fun today. I see David's having a special day today, and Olivia Joy had a special day on Sunday. I see Robin had a special day yesterday, and Dana's having a special day today, and so is Reginald and Edward John and Margaret. And I see Justin and Megan and Courtney and Brick and Mark and Rachel and Sheila and Caroline are all having special days, and Cicely and Ashley and Matthew and Jose, and I see Bonnie and Anthony and Joe had special days yesterday, and so did Tammy and Brandon and Gregory, and of course, friends, you know I see you, and I'll see you again.
Yeah, a little throwback to Romper Room. God, I appreciate everyone that's out there. Tracy's here. She said, Merry Christmas, Chance. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you. She says, love your tree. That is actually a cookie jar in the background. I have a big white Christmas tree in another room. And there's Rick Clark watching Facebook Live. That was loud. Yeah, I screwed up my own intro. Merry Christmas, dude, he says. And he likes the 1951 Christmas Carol, which is very awesome. That's one of my favorites as well. He says, I just finished watching it. And Tracy's Fractured History More on YouTube says, I liked the original with Alistair Sim. Yep. Judgment Day, Mike Harper says, hey guys. Hey to you. And Rick also said, you're blessed to still have your mom and dad. I know. And I play Scrabble with my mom once a week. Dad doesn't want to play. It's not that I'm not close with my dad. He's not into word games. He's like a mathematical genius. And Judgment Day, Mike Harper said about the Steelers and about the Chiefs, worst 11-1 team in NFL history, the Chiefs. At least that's what everybody else is saying. And then Tracy says, neato, Chance. Well, I appreciate everybody being there. Let me get to my clips now. So you might be wondering why I played a Sunkist commercial at the beginning. It's because it's, in the summer in Australia, it's summertime right now. So that was kind of why I did that, just being a goofball. So let me get to my clips and see. All right. So that's the Twilight Zone. And last time, I don't want to be a rerun. I played a little of the Patty Duke Show Christmas episode from 1963. And she breaks the fourth wall and wishes everyone in the audience a Merry Christmas. It's only 57 seconds long. This is an extended version. The DVD cut this short, and syndication cut most of this out entirely in reruns, like on Nick at Night and stuff. So I'll just play it since it's 57 seconds long. What the hell? I know I played it before.
I'm sorry, Ken, but you're fired. Fired?
You can't fire him, it's Christmas.
So it is. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Did you hear that? That's terrible. Imagine firing someone on Christmas. He wouldn't do that. Or would he? Is J.R. Castle going to turn out to be the rat of the Western world? Tune in next and we'll all find out. Bye. Merry Christmas, everybody.
The Patty Duke Show has been brought to you by...
There you go. So I just love that where she breaks the fourth wall and wishes everyone a Merry Christmas. I was going to play a clip from the $6 Million Man Christmas that I've talked about before, but it was blocked in the U.S. anyway, in Canada by NBC Universal Comcast. So I couldn't play it. And I had pulled like 4 clips that I thought were awesome. And it's basically the retelling of the classic Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, but with future Mr. Hand as Scrooge. Talking about Ray Walston from My Favorite Martian. And he did an Incredible Hulk episode too. That was pretty good. My Favorite Magician, where he's reunited with Bill Bixby, his former star on My Favorite Martian. So I couldn't play that, but I do have some pictures, and in case you missed it last time, what's interesting about this episode, along with, I think, the cast was very unusual in a good way, but you had some product placement. This was a Universal TV series, The $6 Million Man was. I was about to say show. I said try to say show and series at the same time. It came out series. The $6 Million Man was a Universal TV series, and Jaws was a Universal TV movie. And this was filmed in the summer of 1976. This aired on December 12th, 1976. It's called A Bionic Christmas Carol. And there, Steve Austin is doing some last-minute Christmas Eve Christmas shopping for some kids. And also on the shelf is a Bionic Man Kenner action figure. And you see it a little bit better in this shot, right before they fade to commercial break at the end of an act. See it right there on the shelf. Talk about product placement. So couldn't play the clips I wanted to. Hey, Snarky, Merry Christmas to you, Snarky, in Arkansas State. Thanks for joining us and popping in. Nice to see you. So I couldn't play those clips, but let me get to what I can play. I want to get back to that 8 is Enough. I mean, this was a classic, at least for Gen Xers. It aired on TBS for many years after the show was canceled. And I had this picture up of a TV Guide ad. Let me just show you to set the stage. This was a 1970 show. Most of the cast, the kids in it, they're on drugs. I hate to say it. They were. I mean, even little Adam Rich, the little kid, was doing drugs. It's terrible. And you can kind of see it in Willie Ames in the scene I'm going to play. He looks really strung out. But this story, this is by Lorimore Productions, who did The Waltons and some other shows. And it's a 2-hour special, as you see in the TV Guide ad that's on the screen now. And Will Greer, who played Grandpa Walton, plays a guy who robs their house of all of their Christmas gifts on Christmas Eve under the tree. And Nicholas sees him doing it, robbing him, and he thinks it's Santa Claus. But there's some good aspects to this that I haven't talked about. The woman who played Dinah Girl a year before, Judy Strangis, who recently turned 75, is in this. I've never mentioned that. You'll see her in a clip in a minute. And here's a shot of the cast from those days. Now, at the bottom is Lonnie O'Grady. That's Don Grady's sister, younger sister. She sadly died from prescription drug abuse and she over-medicated herself and wound up dead, sadly. And of course, Don Grady's dead himself of cancer. Terrible. He died, I think, in 2012. One of the My Three sons. And that's his real life sister there, who played Mary Bradford, who was a medical student. And then you see Adam Rich to the left, Susan Richardson, upper left. My favorite of the girls. Now, a lot of people like Connie Needham, who is the brunette in the center below Dick Van Patten, the dad actor in the cast playing Tom Bradford. She married a guy on the crew. And what was it? Connie Needham became Connie. Let me look that up. Damn, I should have had that. I didn't have time to prepare a script for tonight, and it shows I'm messing up badly. Connie Newton. That's it. Connie Newton became Connie Needham. Needham. Connie Newton became Connie Needham after she married this guy on the crew. Hang on a second now. And she played Elizabeth Bradford, the girl that liked to hog the phone back before cell phones. And most households had one phone line. You were lucky if you had another line, but usually it was one line. And her character's notorious for tying up the phone line in the stories. Hang on, Connie Needham. But a lot of guys, Connie Needham. Let me look her up here. She's a dance instructor. She's 65. She just turned 65 on December 5th. Connie Needham was born December 5th, 1959 in Anaheim, California. And she played Elizabeth Bradford on all 5 seasons. By the way, a little trivia. Guess who got his big break on 8 is Enough? The star of The Karate Kid, Ralph Macchio, came along kind of like the cousin Oliver, if you will, on the Brady Bunch, but 8 is Enough style. He played the troubled cousin of Abby, Tom Bradford's second wife, adopted mom to all those kids. So he came along, and he was like a real badass kind of character, troubled, drinking, and just really kind of a punk character, Ralph Macchio. But wow, so Connie Marie, she was born as Connie Marie Bowen. She was an actress and dance instructor when she was active in the business. Connie Needham. Wait, I thought it was Connie Newton. What the hell? All right, here it is. While credited on screen as Connie Newton, she married David Needham, a set designer on Eight is Enough. She married him on April 7th, 1979, during a late season 3 hiatus of the series. Newton switched her screen name to her married name, Connie Needham, from season 4 onwards into season 5, the final season. David Needham's father is stuntman and film director, producer Hal Needham. I didn't know that. Connie and David divorced in 2005. They have 2 daughters, Kimberly and Taylor Needham. In July 2009, it was announced that Connie was diagnosed, sadly, with ovarian cancer. She has since made a full recovery. All right. And I never mentioned this. I did mention how Mark Hamill was cast as David Bradford, who Grant Goodeve in the top center to the left, his left of Tom Bradford, played by, God, he died of diabetes. I just said it. Dick Van Patten. Yeah, Grant Goodeve. Mark Hamill played his character, the eldest Bradford son, in the pilot, and then he quit the show because he knew Star Wars was going to be a monster success at the box office, which of course it was. But you also had a different actress playing Nancy. That was my favorite, the blonde, to the right, to his right, Dick Van Patten's right. That was the actress who played Nancy Bradford, and Diane Kay is her real name. And she did the movie 1941 by Spielberg. It didn't do tremendously well at the box office, but I liked that movie. A lot of people didn't like it, with John Belushi, the 1941 comedy. I thought it was great. She had a small role in that movie, but she was not the original actress playing her role. Kimberly Beck played her in the pilot of Eight is Enough, which did air. The weird thing is that pilot, it wasn't like an unaired version, like a variant. It actually is in the syndicated package. So 1 week and on ABC TV, and it debuted the same day as Three's Company, same evening on ABC TV in January 1977 as a winter replacement show in the middle of the 1976-1977 TV season back then. And then you had a different Tommy Bradford, who is in the photo on the right, bottom right, Willie Ames. There was a different guy playing his character in the first episode and pilot to Eight is Enough. So anyway, you had 3 of the. So some network executive said, "I don't like that kid. Get rid of that kid. Let's." So they retooled the cast, and there you go. So getting to the Christmas episode, let's watch a clip of it before it gets too late. And I've already gone almost half an hour, and I'm trying to keep this to an hour. Let's see. It is right here in my clips. And what this is, it was a 2-hour episode, but in syndication, they cut it into 2 1-hour shows. And that's the way they presented it on the DVD, which was an error, actually. They should have aired the 2-hour print, because they aired the syndicated print, which was missing an epilogue at the very end of the episode. And they spliced in the syndicated shortened opening credits. And they cut some things out, which irritated me. So what you're going to see now is the recap, which was edited specifically for syndication. It didn't actually air in the episode itself, but you see various scenes from the first half of this 2-hour Eight is Enough Christmas special. Let's look at it now. And you'll see Judy Strangis in this scene. Oh, and who else is in this? Is Nicholas Hammond, Spider-Man, the first live-action Spider-Man. This aired, I should have written the date down. I think December 14th, 1977. And this would be about a year after Electra Woman and Dinah Girl debuted, also on ABC, but on Saturday morning TV. So you'll see Judy Strangis, Nicholas Hammond. You'll see, of course, the Bradford kids. Is a 3-minute, 18-second clip. Hopefully it won't go down on the stream. I tested it. We'll see. But this is a clip from the Christmas 2-hour special called Yes, Nicholas, There Is a Santa Claus.
Aren't those ours? Hello, Santa Claus.
Hello yourself, laddie boy.
My name's Nicholas, just like yours.
Is that right?
What?
I don't think Susan's home. Her bed hasn't been slept in.
All night? She's not home?
I don't know.
Come on.
What?
Just...
What?
Didn't you go together in Alan's car?
Yes, we did. Well, didn't they come back with you?
No, they went to midnight mass.
Midnight mass.
That's what I thought when she told me last night, but anybody who goes to midnight mass can't be all that bad.
Well, he can be if he's going there to confess.
Well, look, you just call her friends. You know, maybe they decided to... I don't know.
No, I think we should stay off the phone so that they can call us.
If they wanted to call us, they would have called us.
Yeah, we've got to do something. Call the police?
Well, let's call the police. We've got to find him.
I knew it! I just knew it! What's the matter, Nicholas? It's my fault.
You saw her?
No, I saw him. Harold? No, Santa Claus. That's why I took all our stuff back. Come on, I'll show you. Are you pretending?
Nicholas, this is ridiculous. No, you gotta stop.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on?
Don't yell. Santa Claus stole our presents, and Susan's been kidnapped. I think whoever took those... We don't know the
I got it. Maybe if we put on some holiday music.
No holiday music. I mean, why didn't he at least rip off the albums along with everything else?
And why did you let Susan go out with Harold? Alone? I mean, he's a total stranger.
Harold's not a stranger. He's Alan's cousin, and they were not alone. They were with us. At first.
Well, did we call Alan?
3 times. Is anyone going to eat these?
Uh-uh. Is there any waffles left?
Oh, here. I didn't touch mine.
I don't believe it. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
See, it was a dramedy. You know, it's kind of lame, that laugh track they would throw in there. They have very serious scenes and then these ridiculous, stale throwback comedy scenes. Really bad stuff. Go and play a little clip from Chip's Christmas 1979. Want to say hey to Jerry Dobson, who tuned in. He has a Facebook group, Nostalgia World, and he's playing Scrooge in the movies. Uh-oh, I just got a text. YouTube is down. Hopefully it'll come back up. Damn. I got approval to play them. I ran these clips on my YouTube channel. I set it to like private, and it said okay to run on YouTube. So I don't know what's going on with that. But if I'm still up on Facebook Live, hello to you, Jerry Dobson. I think you're playing Scrooge. What, at your church? You're performing it live, right? We're going to talk about Christmas Carol later tonight, so that's good. Good to see you, man. Now I was going to play the Chips clip. Now, if my YouTube's down, so one of my 3 angels, I better just wait till it comes back because I want to play another clip from this same 8 is Enough where you see Nicholas Hammond. Hang on a second. Let me just check. This has been a cluster, you know what, so far. I messed up my own intro and then this calamity. I don't get YouTube because they said it's okay. Oh, well, nobody cares. I thought it would be okay to play this. Now I'm getting concerned about these trailers and stuff. Damn. Okay, let me see the comments. Okay, Jerry Dobson says, yes, I am playing Scrooge for my local city. You're in the state of Michigan, right? That's pretty cool. I played Scrooge, but way back in 5th grade. It's kind of cool you're doing that as an adult. Now, I want to perform a scene from Space Giants in just a little bit. I'm going to play a couple characters, Silvar, Rodak, and a preacher. I'll explain in just a minute. I'm just waiting to see if the YouTube can come back on. Yes, says Jerry Dobson. Well, very cool. Thank you for sharing part of your Christmas Eve. All right, I think it's back. Hang on. Let me check something. Wow. Hey, YouTube, we're back. I don't know why it does that. I was just telling the Facebook Live people that are watching that I tested these clips, and all I did was use my phone on a TV screen. It's like inferior video and audio quality. Very weird. I don't know why it did that. I guess it was kind of a long clip. It's 3 minutes, 18 seconds. Let me just delete that doggone clip because I had another one I wanted to play from that 2-hour episode. Yes, Santa. Yes, Nicholas, there is a Santa Claus. And it's from the second season, part 1 DVD set. There's what the back of the DVD set looks like. These DVDs were not cheap, and I think this is streaming on Tubi TV. It is enough as a series, so you could find that episode, but it'll be like the cut syndicated version, literally from this DVD. And I don't think it's ever been released in HD unless you stream it in HD. So let me see what else is going on. YouTube isn't up yet. Yeah, it is. My bad, it's back. Yeah, I know, because I got a monitor in the other room. I hate it when this happens. See, Keebler, I don't get this, Keebs, because I tested these clips and it was fine. Hey, Mongolian Monster, how you doing? They're in Florida State. Merry Christmas to you too, both of you. That's great. Yeah, I was playing a clip of a Christmas episode of 8 is Enough that I was told is okay. I tested it on my channel, but the live stream went down. It remained up on Facebook Live and Twitch, but it went down on YouTube. Oh well. I was playing like a little hokey scene. Jim Bond Spiegel says, Chance, can't stay tonight. I have an early start tomorrow. Merry Christmas to you. Prayers for your niece to get better. Good night. Thank you very much. Yeah, my niece, she's 11. She was diagnosed with the flu. So our family Christmas is kind of in limbo right now, and I don't know what's going to happen. I'll just get up early and figure it out. But I'll visit the folks tomorrow anyway, regardless. But I hope that she gets better, most importantly, because she feels terrible. She feels like she's ruining Christmas for our family. But thanks for popping in. It was a late start tonight, very late, but thanks for joining us for as long as you could. So I was going to play another clip from 8. Let me just show a little bit of this because you'll see Nicholas Hammond, who went on to play Spider-Man that very same season that this was taped. This aired again back on December 14th, 1977, which was a Wednesday night on ABC. This 2-hour Christmas special of 8 is Enough. I'll just play just a moment of it right now.
Around here.
Well, we just went up to the snow.
Yeah, see, I brought some help for you. Oh, kind of melted. Yeah. Oh, we better tell Dad, you know.
Do you think he's going to be disappointed that it's melted? Sure you don't want those?
I'll stop it right there. I don't want to push my luck. So you didn't get to see what I wanted to play, but damn, oh well. I want to compare the Scrooge movies and the Christmas Carol movies, the 3 that I talked about at the beginning of tonight's show. Scrooge 1970, the 1984 version starring George C. Scott, and then the 1999 version made for TNT, the TNT cable network, starring Patrick Stewart as Scrooge. So I was going to play a trailer from each of those, but now I'm just sort of skittish, but no fear. I'm just going to push on ahead. The hell with it. Keebler says testing clips as private doesn't always work. I guess not, because I think it's different for live versus non-live. But it said, I swear it said the copyrighted content detected. Copyright holder says it's okay to share on YouTube. Word for word. I mean, that's literally what it said. So it's like, God, how am I supposed to know what's okay and what's not okay to use? Hang on a second. I hear somebody knocking at the door. Well. Looks like the thing went down again. Hang on. Well, the YouTube went down, so what I'm going to do is just perform, which I know is clear of copyright, the Space Giant scene, and then I'm just going to call it a night. I've gone 41 minutes. It's not worth getting a strike. I have a clear channel, and I do not want to risk getting a copyright strike. I know. Damn, I can't believe that, man. That's bullshit. Excuse me. Oh, family show. Because you're allowed to play like 30 seconds. I played less than 30 seconds of that second clip. So the bots have sabotaged me tonight. And I was going to play a clip from a Chips episode from December 15th, 1979 that always tickled me because it had Pamela Susan Shoop, who's an actress from the 1980s and late 70s you saw on TV in some movies like Halloween 2. And she's in this Chips episode playing a thief. Actually, her and her husband or boyfriend, I haven't seen the episode in years. I don't know if they're married. Doesn't really matter. But they're robbing houses. And she says, I pulled the clip of this too, where there's a line where they get caught. And they kept a little airplane, and her boyfriend always wanted an airplane. He was a poor kid, never got it. Doesn't excuse robbing people, of course, but always get tickled by Pamela Susan Shoop going, he always wanted an airplane. And she breaks down and starts crying. And I pulled that clip, but damn, I don't know if I should, because that will be the third time the damn thing goes down. I might get a copyright strike. Golly, good night. Well, I will do the Space Giants thing now because I've played this before successfully. It just seems like the bots are out like in search and destroy mode with it being Christmas Eve. I guess they're looking for stuff. The Scrooges, what do you call them? They're not whammies, but they're like little goblins coming after me. Akiko translated this for me, a lovely Japanese woman who came over to my house and translated these from this scene, which was never translated or syndicated in the USA because of violence. I'm going to play the scene now. Let me just check something. Be right back. All right. I'm just making sure it's still on YouTube. So I'm going to perform this now. What's going on in this scene? This alien Rodak wants to take over the Earth. And here he is. This is what he looks like.
There you are, son. You've been a good boy. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Miko.
Well, Santa, you know my name, didn't you?
Oh, here you are. Here. A special gift just for you. Take it.
There's nothing written on it. Rodak!
Someday all of Earth will be mine, and neither you nor Goldar, the Space Avenger, will stop me. I shall continue to send my monsters until you are conquered. Here is my Christmas present to Earth. This is Vakuma, and it will soon reach your planet to destroy as much as it can. It will give you a small sample of my invincible genius and power. Merry Christmas!
It's headed toward Earth.
It's headed toward Earth. So that scene was obviously translated, was okay with the censors in America, but there were two scenes that were not. One where his henchmen do a drive-by shooting, which is preposterous in a Christmas episode or in a children's show at all. But that's Tokyo for you. And then also this scene I'm going to play now where Rodak attacks a preacher at Christmas Eve Mass in church. And it's in Japanese, but I'm going to try to perform this for you. I'm going to play the scene clean. It's 2 minutes long and 39 seconds. No, you know what? Check that. I'll just go ahead and try to interject the dialogue. Let's go for it. Please, God, protect Gam. People in the street keep dying, one after another. From the universe, the master Bakuma started the fighting. The Earth is going to be destroyed and annihilated. There are inexplicable events in the entire world due to terrorism. We don't know why people are dying. According to me, Earth's destruction is your fault. You all here. There's only one way to serve the Earth, to surrender to Rodak, which is the Emperor and the God of the universe. We have to save the world. Please, calm down. Don't panic. Stay right there, unless you're frozen into a blood ice like him. Then take him prisoner. Get there. Did that work? Could you hear my little weak translating and acting? I'll have to try that again another time. I don't know, because before I tried it with reverb and I was told it was impossible to understand what I was saying. But just goofing around. All right, so there's that. Man, I don't know if I should try to play this Chips clip. Let me take a poll. What do you think? And I had my Scrooge clips from the 1970 movie. Oh, no, I'm a little scared. I don't think it's worth getting a copyright strike. Damn, I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Comment came in. Let's see. That was great. Could you hear it? Thank you, Tracy. Could you hear me overacting there? But that is the literal translation of that scene. Priest. Well, first, Miko, please, God, protect Gam. And then the priest says, people in the street keep dying, one after another. From the universe, the master Vakuma started the fighting. The Earth is going to be destroyed, annihilated. There are inexplicable events in the entire world due to the terrorism. We don't know why people are dying. And then Rodak interjects, according to me, Earth's destruction is your fault. You all here. There's only one way to save the Earth. To surrender to Rodak, who is the emperor and the god of the universe. That's so sacrilegious, that scene. You know, it's Christmas Eve in church. Oh, my God. And then Silvar says, don't panic. We have to save the world. And then Mr. Tamura says, Miko's father, yes, please calm down. Don't panic. Oh, Silvar says, don't panic. And then she shoots her rays at the wall and reveals Rodak sitting there. All right, so gonna try. Well, let me look at my photos real quick, because I know those won't be an issue with copyright. Dang. I did want to mention, I got a list of some Christmas songs here. What are your favorite? I don't put a whole lot of stock into these online articles, but according to this list I found, there's the top 20 Christmas songs of 2024. Auld Lang Syne, which is like a New Year's Eve song, at number 20. Oh Holy Night at 19. The First Noel at 18. Angels, we have Heard on High at 17. Number 16. Oh Christmas Tree coming in at number 15. Away in a Manger at number 14. Oh Come All Ye Faithful. Number 13. Hark, the Herald Angels Sing at number 12. Go Tell It on the Mountain at number 11. The 12 Days of Christmas. I like the never mind. I like the Bob and Doug McKenzie version of that from SCTV and Strange Brew. Number 10, Silent Night. Number 9, Joy to the World. Number 8, Deck the Halls. Number 7, Mary's Boy Child. I've been told I'm a boy child. Number 6, Let It Snow. And number 5, Merry Christmas, everyone. Number 4, We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Number 3, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Probably the Michael Jackson 5 version. Number 2, Jingle Bells. And number 1, Feliz Navidad. I think last time I was live, Sarah in Southern California said that's her favorite song. She did say that. So there's your top 20 Christmas songs of 2024, according to the online gods there. So Scrooge 1970. This is my favorite. I'm not talking about the 1951 version, just of the 1970, the 1984 with George C. Scott, and the 1999 TNT version with Sir Patrick Stewart. This is my favorite. I'm a sucker for this version. I mean, yes, it's a musical. It had so many good actors in it. Sir Alec Guinness, my gosh, future Obi-Wan Kenobi, and one of the stars of Bridge on the River Kwai previously. I just think it's a marvelous British production. Also in the cast was this actress, Suzanne, who was known at that same time for playing in a sci-fi show I like, Mary Straker, on a show called UFO, Jerry Anderson's UFO, produced from 1969 to 1970. There were only 26 episodes. It was a really good live action show, very dramatic. And she played the main dude's wife. An ex-wife, and here's a shot of her in the show. And on the right is Ed Bishop. That's the actor who played Commander Ed Straker. And he ran a movie studio incognito, but really he was the head of Shadow, which stood for Supreme Headquarter Alien Defense Organization, Shadow. And it was a secret military organization where they were going to battle aliens that are trying to take over the Earth, and they would steal humans' organs. It was a very violent show. Right from the get-go in the pilot, you see these aliens just mow down some young people, and they wind up, for survival, stealing the organs in their body and cutting out their organs. Now, there's Ed Straker's son, and it's sad that their son sadly dies in an episode titled A Question of Priorities. He's run over by a car. And you just have to see it. I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but I think the best way to watch a show is you watch an episode called not A Question of Priorities, but Confetti Check A-OK. It's a flashback show showing him meeting his wife and marrying her 10 years before Shadow is implemented to defend the Earth against aliens. And the show is set, get this, in the far-flung future of the year 1980. So it didn't age well in that regard, just like Space 1999, the show that the Anderson couple, Jerry and Sylvia Anderson, did after UFO, Space 1999. That hit in 1975 to 1977 in worldwide syndication. And they're talking about the year 1999 with bases on the moon and the moon being blown out of Earth orbit and a nuclear explosion. Preposterous, right? But, it was just too bad. So, but getting back to the movie, I'm going to try to play that trailer. My Lord, I don't know. I'm going to play the trailer to Scrooge from 1970 and just see. God, I hate that it's gone down twice, because if it goes down a third time, I'll get a copyright strike. So for you guys and gals, I'm going to just roll the dice and see if I can play some of this trailer, if not the whole thing. And it is right here. Scrooge from 1970.
What the dickens have they done to Scrooge?
I hate people, and I don't care if they hate me.
Ebenezer Scrooge has been keeping Christmas his own special way ever since Charles Dickens created him 127 years ago in A Christmas Carol. Now, Cinema Center Films has taken this beloved story of the meanest man in the world and made it into a new musical delight called Scrooge.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. I makes a double Dutch, but my delight is such. I feel as if a losing war's been won for me. And if I had a cannon, I would fire it.
Cut. I think it's too risky with the music. I chickened out. Cut. Not going to play it. Damn. I didn't test that one. I can play this, though. Turner Classic Movies comments on the movie Scrooge with the late, great Robert Osborne.
Hi, I'm Robert Osborne. The next film we have to help you get in a festive mood features one of the most famous characters of the holiday season, good old Ebenezer Scrooge, from Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. It's a beloved tale that's been told in numerous film versions over the years, but few in the way the next one is. It's Ebenezer Scrooge set to music. The title of the movie is Scrooge from 1970, with songs and screenplay by the formidable Leslie Bricusse, and in the role of Ebenezer Scrooge, the great Albert Finney. Now, when this movie was in the planning stage, Finney was the first choice for the part, even though he'd never done a musical before. But Finney immediately turned it down, doing so without even reading the script. So the producers, disappointed, then made an offer to Richard Harris, who'd recently done a musical, Camelot. And he said, yeah, I'll do it. So that was good news, but only for about 5 minutes, because Harris soon pulled out because of a scheduling conflict with another film. Scrooge was then offered to Rex Harrison, the one who had started the whole trend of actors without great singing chops, doing musicals by kind of talk singing their songs. Though Rex did accept the part, but soon after a call came from Albert Finney. He finally read the script, loved it, and wanted to know if the part was still available. Well, the producers were hesitant to take the role away from an actor as celebrated as Rex Harrison, but they really did want Albert Finney. While everybody was deciding what to do, fate stepped in. It's said a call came from Rex Harrison, apologizing but asking to be let out of his promise to play Scrooge. Seems he was taking much more time than he'd allotted to learn the lines of a stage play he was committed to do later in the year, and he wanted out of the promise to play Scrooge. So miraculously, everybody involved finally got what they wanted or didn't want after all. Here with the cast, it also includes Sir Alec Guinness, Dame Edith Evans, and Kenneth More, with direction by Ronald Neame. From 1970, the musicalized Scrooge. When Alec Guinness agreed to play the ghost of Marley in this film, he assumed it would be somewhat of a walk in the park, because his role, although crucial, is so small. Well, he soon learned he'd taken on more work than he ever imagined. In order to create the ghostly flying effect involving Marley, in those days before computer-generated special effects, Guinness had to spend a great deal of time suspended by wires. It was not only uncomfortable, it caused him to develop a double hernia, which eventually required surgery to repair. So this was a case of somebody truly suffering for their art. Understandably, Sir Alec later said he did not enjoy making this movie at all. Up next, another visit from Ebenezer Scrooge, this time in a beloved adaptation from Hollywood in 1938.
Thank you, Robert Osborne from Beyond the Grave. And thanks to everyone who tuned in tonight. I see that Sarah in Southern California is in the house. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas Eve. It is only, 8:30 your time. It's 11:30 my time. I was playing some clips earlier, just so you know, and the stream went down twice, so I'm a little scared. And I tested these clips. I played clips from the 8 is Enough 2-hour Christmas special. Yes, Nicholas, there is a Santa Claus. And the rights holder said it was okay to use on YouTube. I guess not live. I don't know. But the bots took me down twice. I go down again. That's a strike. So I'm a little nervous because I had a lot of clips here that I wanted to play. I know there's some I can play. Damn. Boy, that really threw me off. Let's just play something I can play. No, I got to stay on the Christmas topic. Let me see. All right. December 15th, 1979. I'm going to just try to play that one line. He always wanted an airplane. From the Chips Christmas episode, season 3 of Chips. I don't know. Keebler, should I play it? Yes or no? Is it worth it? Yes or no? I'm going to let you decide. No, you're saying, Sarah's saying, be careful, brother. Yeah, because I have a clean channel and I do not want any strikes. Read that mess. Keebler, what do you say? You're my other angel that's in the house, so I'll let you decide. Should I try to play the Chips clip? And I was going to play the Scrooge 1988 trailer starring Bill Murray, and the 1984 Christmas Carol trailer, as well as the Turner Classic Movies trailer for the 19. Talk over it. Okay, Keebler just texted me. All right, I will try that. So I'm going to back up and try to play the Albert Finney version of the trailer for that movie right now. Let me just try to do that.
What the dickens have they done to Scrooge?
I hate people, and I don't care if they hate me.
So this movie was released in 1970.
Special way, ever since Charles Dickens created him 127 years ago in A Christmas Carol.
Okay, I'm being told,
Now,
don't
Cinema
do
Center
it.
Films has taken
Don't
this
do
beloved
it, says
story
Sarah.
of the meanest man in the world and made it into a new
shouldn't play
musical
it.
delight called Scrooge.
Because here comes some more singing.
Thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. I make a double Dutch. The my delight is such. I feel as if a losing war's been won for me.
So I'll play a couple more scenes of this, and then I'll cut the clip. Excuse me. I need a cough button.
Albert Finney makes magic happen, playing Scrooge as both an old miser and a young charmer.
There's Suzanne from UFO.
He can see me.
Alec Guinness brings to life the role of the late Jacob Marley.
You don't believe in me, do you?
No, I don't.
Why do you doubt the evidence of your own eyes?
You're an hallucination. Probably brought on by an undigested bit of beef.
There we go. Well, I wanted to just play a little bit of Sir Alec Guinness, which you saw right there, and a little bit of Suzanne, which you saw. The love interest in that movie. Okay. So the reason I'm even playing that, the question was, what is your favorite of these three versions of the Charles Dickens classic on the big screen? Hang on a second. Okay, hang on a second. People are texting me, and I'll appreciate it, but it's distracting as all get out. The 1970 version, the 1984 version, or the 1999 version on TNT, which of those three are your favorite? All right, let me see here. I better just sign off. I'm going to sign off, I think. Let me just show my pictures and sign off. It is getting late, and it's almost Christmas on the East Coast, and I can't do what I wanted to do. I might try tomorrow and start all over again. And with a fresh slate of takedowns, as it were, because if you get taken down a third time, that's a strike against your channel, and that's not good. So I will say this: props to the Retrozest podcast. That's his latest edition. Curtis Landclow, he's also here in Georgia. He is interviewing people that worked on the movie or on the original show, like this guy Craig Huxley you see in the thumbnail image. He was in an episode of season 3 of the original Star Trek titled "And the Children Shall Lead." And he does other stuff too, creatively on the music side. It was a really good listen. That's his third consecutive Retrozest podcast about the 45th anniversary of the release of Star Trek, the motion picture. So that was really cool. So I want to give props to him. You can go to retrozest.com to listen to that, or on Fistful of Radio out of Atlanta, you could hear his show on the weekends, on Saturday and Sunday early evening, and then Wednesday early evening on Fistful of Radio, or just go to his website and you can download it. It's usually 90 minutes or less, sometimes 2 hours. The first one he did about Star Trek, the motion picture, went 3 hours. So that was quite lengthy for him and very enjoyable, I thought. I'm a big Star Trek geek and a Trekker. Jerry Dobson jokes, at least I know I won't get a Tony for playing Scrooge. It was fun playing Scrooge. Indeed. So let me look at some more photos. We talked about the top Christmas songs according to that list. Oh, yes, Die Hard, the big debate. Is it a Christmas movie, yes or no? I'm going to present my evidence. I love Die Hard. I saw it in the theater 3 times, so I'm not a hater of the movie at all. I just don't think it's a Christmas movie based on what I think a Christmas movie is. It's got to have sentimentality, heart. Yes, there are Christmas elements, a Christmas party, a Christmas tree, but to me, that's not enough to say it's a Christmas movie. Also, books like Leonard Maltin's 1995 edition right here don't specify or classify it as a Christmas movie. I know my opinion isn't a popular one. Don't care. That's just my opinion, and yours is fine too. But there you go. It's listed as an action adventure, which is what it is. It's an action movie with a Christmas setting and a Christmas subplot. And it was released in July of 1988. It wasn't even a holiday release at all, if that makes a difference. I mean, like I said last time, you would not consider a porno a Christmas movie just because it has a Christmas tree or Christmas party in it, would you? No. But here's some memes from both sides of the argument. There's my side 1, my side 2, and the counterpoint. All right, so there's that. I want to also mention Remind Magazine. There's their newest edition. It just arrived this week. The farewell issue, which they do every year so well. And you can give this gift for a birthday. The holidays are, you probably are taking care of your holiday gifts. It's already in the rearview mirror for holidays 2024 into 2025. But birthdays are all the time, all year round. If you go to remindmagazine.com, you can give the first year of Remind Magazine. This is going to end soon for just $12 out the door. That includes shipping. That includes tax. Regular cost of an issue of Remind Magazine, if you go to Barnes & Noble, you're going to be paying $5.99 plus tax. So this is only going to be, well, there's 10 issues per year. I always mess up and say there's 12. There's 2 double-size issues, like the holiday issue was a double-size issue, and they have a summer issue that's a double-size issue. So you get 10 issues. That's still a heck of a deal. 10 issues for just $12, and your gift recipient will think you spent a heck of a lot more than just $12. You can't even get a streaming service for $12 for 1 month. There's the holiday 2024 issue, which actually I got it before Halloween 2024, Halloween 2024. And there's Jimmy Stewart right on the cover. Just go to remindmagazine.com and please mention the Nostalgic Podblast when you order. There is a phone number you can call. It's on the screen, 855-773-6463. And a nice order specialist will assist you in your subscription processing. By the way, I didn't mention this. If you're here listening or watching the Nostalgic Podblast, the odds are you're into nostalgia. And the magazine, Remind, Be Kind, Remind. I came up with that. Be kind, remind. Give the gift of nostalgia. Their wheelhouse of the 1950s to the 1990s, not before, not after. And they have games and brain-teasing puzzles all on that magazine. Great interviews, celebrity interviews, a lot of fun. And I think your gift recipient will love it, or give it to yourself. Just go to remindmagazine.com or call 855-773-6463. Thank you to Remind Magazine. So now, and thank you to Keebler for putting that up in the chat for me. I appreciate that. So let me now look at some other Christmassy stuff. If you were here last time, you might have appreciated the Christmas comic books that I showed. I'll go through them really quickly in case you weren't here. Some really bizarre images. I know I'm going really quickly. It's because anyone who was here last time was like, oh, not again. Because I went through it twice in the Christmas party show I did, which was over 5 hours long with Sarah, My Flock is Everywhere, and Opened by Chance Toys YouTube channel. But these are pretty, if you weren't here for that, look at these covers. They're pretty cool. Various publishers, Marvel Comics, DC Comics, some independent publishers. I love this cover with Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Elvira's Haunted Holidays from 1987. And just go on through here and just put them on the screen because I can. No. And there's a Mad magazine for good measure and a Kiss magazine for good measure. And then I just like that pin up of Captain America there with the Christmas tree. And then Sarah sent me this neat little slip from 1981 from Kmart, where someone had bought an Atari 2600 console and a few games, Asteroid, Space Invaders, and Casino. It's $131.88 before tax for that Atari 2600 console back in 1981. Pretty cool. And then there's Santa Claus making a window cameo on the Adam West Batman television show on ABC TV. Let's see now. Make sure I showed everything I'd prepared. I did. So I'll just have to try to come on tomorrow if there's time. And I want to show you that clip from Chips. He always wanted an airplane. Just because I've talked about it before almost every year when I did the Christmas show with Al and Tom. And so I wanted to show you the clip, and I pulled it, but I'm scared to play it because my damn stream went down twice. Well, let me just say goodnight. Tear my stuff away. I've gone an hour and 12 minutes, 35 seconds. I only want to go an hour. I got stuff to do. Got to finish wrapping some presents. And just want to, again, say a prayer to my niece, Molly, who's 11. She was diagnosed with the flu, and I'm hoping that she gets well soon so we can reschedule a Christmas family event. Hey, Steve Russo, Merry Christmas, he says to me. Merry Christmas to you, too. Ho, ho, ho. And I don't know if you're here, but I had a Japanese woman translate some Space Giants for me of some cut scenes. That scene where Rodak kills the preacher in church, I performed it probably badly. I'll need to play it back and see if you can even hear the audio. But I have the actual script, the literal translations, and I tried to perform that. There you go. But Merry Christmas back at you. I appreciate that. I'm so upset that I can't play my trailers and the other Christmas clips from TV shows. I just don't want to jeopardize my YouTube channel. No, not when I'm monetized. Can't do it. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Let me just try to play a little bit. I feel like I'm chickening out on my audience, and I don't want to do that on the audience. I played a little bit of the Scrooge trailer. Here's the 1984.
It's Christmas, a time for celebration, a time of goodwill to all men. All, that is, except one.
Those of us with means should make some slight provision for the poor and destitute.
Ebenezer Scrooge, a man...
That's about all I will chance, no pun intended, playing. Then here's a little bit of the 1999 trailer to the TNT version. I love this version with Sir Patrick Stewart as Ebenezer Scrooge.
From Turner Network Television and Hallmark Entertainment, A Christmas Carol.
Damn you, Merry Christmas.
A story of a man consumed by greed, a mind clouded by ignorance, a soul drowning in bitterness.
What reason have you to be merry? You're poor.
I've always thought of Christmas as a time for good, not a time for profit.
Nephew, you keep Christmas in your way. Let me keep it in mine.
Ebenezer, I'm here to warn you. You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
This is all humbug.
His journey will help him rediscover the spirit of Christmas, find the rewards of kindness, and bring true meaning into an empty life.
I know this place. I was a boy here.
They're only shadows of things that have been. They can't see us or hear us.
Dance for us, Mr. Percival.
One master passion engulfs you. Money.
What of it?
Our promise to marry was an old one. May you be happy in the life you've chosen.
Go after her. Don't be afraid.
I am the ghost of Christmas presents.
Tell me, Spirit. Will Tiny Tim live?
I see an empty chair by the fireplace. Unless the future changes, the child will die.
Tell me, who was that wretched man whom I saw lying dead?
Patrick Stewart, in a role he's performed in theaters across the nation.
Show me no more. Take me home. Why do you delight in torturing me?
And Joel Grey.
These were shadows of things that have been. That they are what they are.
Shadows of the things that would have been.
may be dispelled. They will be.
Hello, my fine fellow. What's today?
Why, it's Christmas Day.
Merry Christmas, Bob. I'm going to raise your salary.
Reawaken the spirit of Christmas with the most spectacular telling of Charles Dickens' magical story, A Christmas Carol.
God bless us, everyone.
Coming this December, only on TNT.
All right, we made it. I love that version. Go after her. I love Sir Patrick Stewart. He's such a great actor. All right. Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm going to say goodnight, and we'll see you next time on the Nostalgic Podblast. I'll just play a couple clips less than a minute long. Have nothing to do with Christmas.
Friday's the fastest night on television when the Highwayman and Jetta race back to 1945 to save Winthrop and the world from the first atomic bomb. The Highwayman, Friday.
You're watching WPXI TV.
If you think tonight's episode of The Highwayman is explosive, wait until next week. If you like what you saw, come back for more. All right.
The Highwayman, next Friday.
I love The Highwayman. Didn't last long. Oh, it started as a fall movie, 1987, but it was obviously a ripoff of The Road Warrior. But I liked it, and that was Sam Jones, best known as Flash Gordon. I'm going to tell you. And also, had Jane Badler in it, who came back from V, who played Diana. And she, after this, was on the revival of Mission Impossible on ABC TV. Lasted 2 seasons. She came along in the middle of season 1 of that program, filmed in Australia. But Highwayman lasted for 9 weeks, 9 episodes between March 4th, 1988 and May 6th, 1988. The last episode was titled Haunted Highway. And the first episode was titled Road Lord. So, yeah, I thought it was a pretty good show by Glenn A. Larson, as many have called jokingly Glenn A. Larsany, because he liked to take concepts from hit movies and sort of translate it to the small screen. And he did that so well with shows that I loved that were so bad they were good, like Lobo and BJ and the Bear. And then he did, I like Battlestar Galactica, which was Star Wars on the small screen, and Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. I loved some of his stuff. Oh, let's see now. All right, so I'm going to say goodnight. Let me just find my going away clip. I just end with the theme. I want to end with something Christmassy. Let me see. Don't I have anything that's Christmassy? Yeah, I'll play this again. Christmas, everyone. From my heart to yours. See you next time on the Podblast.